Pain is much less likely to die to a Bat Rider. Is not going to be able to... Oh no, not this again with the stream. Oy, oy, oy. I don't know what's going on with XSplit today. Or any day. There's something wrong with our internet connection here at the house, I guess. I'm going to have Verizon look into it, but for today, I guess I'll just keep on casting since it seems like it's back online.
Prepare for battle.
Alright, well, let's just proceed with the cast. If it keeps on crashing, I will try a different ingest server, see what I can do, but nobody's using the internet right now, so it must be some sort of a routing issue on my end. Either way, quickly, let's introduce the teams. On the dire, we have Wapska, Wapsha. Man, I cannot pronounce this guy's name. I'm just going to call him Wap on the Shadow Demon. Smoke and Sentries picked up. Stells on the Phantom Lancer. We have Genka playing the Jakiro. Observers on him. And then last but not least, prepare for battle on the Bat Rider with the early Stout Shield, so probably heading towards the jungle, I presume. And then Magnus with the early bottle build, going to be heading towards mid. On 30 Max, Noaya playing the Life Stealer. Crit playing the Queen of Pain, rushing the bottle. Just got an early not Talisman, Mantle of Intelligence for a little extra damage. Hayek on the Rubik, and not last but not least for that tri-lane, we have... I think this is Hesta Joe Rotten, actually, but he normally plays their solos. So with Cinder and Stadion, I suppose... they may be trying something out differently. And speaking of Sidderin, last but not least, the former captain of MTW / Redefining Madness. He's going to be heading to the safe lane as the Invoker. And if he's up against this Bat Rider, it's actually a pretty difficult matchup for Invoker. I imagine he's going to go Sunstrike build. He has not actually spent all his gold yet. But Sunstrike build when you're running an aggressive tri-lane just makes so much more sense than going Quas Wex. Quas Wex... also going to be really hard to last it against a hero like Bat Rider if you don't have that extra damage, as just looking at them right now, Bat Rider, oh, he's going to pick up a magic stick, it looks like. Waiting to pick one up, I presume. Which, when you're up against the Bat Rider, you really need. I suppose he wants to see if the mag's mid. As soon as he does, he'll buy that magic stick. Let's see if he does it now. Yep, he's going to buy the magic stick. Smart prediction by Cinderin. I guess not sure if it would be a mag or a Bat Rider in the off lane. I figured it would be Bat, but you just never know. So, going to be a tough matchup for Cinderin. The Bat... starting with the Stout Shield, going to be a little bit more resistant to the physical harassment. Let's see how many last hits Cinderin can get. You can see early on it is quite difficult. He is going to Exhort build, so we're likely to see those Sunstrikes, which in this tri-lane, if they get a Disruption, they get the follow-up stump from Leshrac, and Light Strike is or the Sunstrike is there. That should pretty much be a kill on the supports. On the PL, well, not any of the supports. You really need to hit the Shadow Demon, because the PL gets quite a bit tankier since he'll be the one farming, buying stats items, and of course Jakiro, naturally very durable, already 600 HP. But they should have the burst. Once they hit level 2 or 3, they can go. There's your lift to start. The Split Earth is not going to land. A little bit of a miscommunication. Leshrac was just too far back in the lane, not in position to actually make that one happen.
Impugned.
Yeah, no idea what's going on since my internet is not dropping when the stream dies, guys. I really do apologize for that. It's perfectly fine inside of Dota. It's perfectly fine on any other websites. The bandwidth tests are all good. If I ran a speed test now, it would be maximum, so it may be a routing issue from me to the Twitch ingest servers. I'll have to talk to them after the broadcast today, or if I had some downtime, maybe I'll get a hold of them, but it's a little bit early over here on the West Coast. I don't think they're all in the office just yet. Gunrun does have to sleep once in a while. So, with that being said, Cinderin, as far as the CS is going, 3 stacks up. Does have his boots and his wand, though. And that means Prepare for Battle cannot go on him just yet. Cinderin doing a pretty nice job in this matchup. This is not an easy one for the Invoker. He's already up to 8 stacks. He should probably just throw a Sunstrike out for harassment, because he can just use that wand, get all the mana back, and go again. We'll see if he does so. Oh, the Courier actually gets picked off. Where the hell did that happen? I think it was this Leshrac here who actually killed off the Courier. I believe it was delivering something to the lane. Just trying to keep an eye on the internet right now, so a little distracted. Sorry about that, fellas. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. I just want to let everybody know what exactly is going on today. We have a lot of great Starladder games coming up. This is the first match of the day. There are a total of 6 to be played. So after this match, 4FC versus PR, or Power Rangers. Na'Vi versus Pride after that. No Tidehunter versus Mouse, which should be one of the 2 highlight matches of the day. 3D versus No Tidehunter. Last but not least, Na'Vi versus Mouse. Those are the games that we have in store for y'all, and it should be really a pretty exciting day of Dota. I think 2 of the best matchups. One of the best days in Starladder, actually, at least that I've had a chance to cast. I didn't get to cast a lot of the early matchups as I was busy with other events and also moving to the West Coast. Happy to be here now, though. Very delighted to be here. Alright, so back inside the game. We have a quick unpause, and already the Radiant. We're leading by quite a bit, but that's a bit misleading. It is a courier kill. It's not like they're dominating their lanes that hard. Although they are winning their lanes. The tri-lane keeping the lifesteal down. The issue is going to be they're playing in the dark now. There's observers as well as a sentry to deward the pole camp. So the Dire can get some pulls going. You can see they're already doing the safe lane pulls now from the small camp, which you can still do, but are a little bit harder. It looks like Leshrac is just going to... Or not Leshrac, Jakiro is just going to pick up the pull. You'll notice you have to actually walk back into the creeps right about here to make sure that you could generate the aggro. Before, you could just walk them all the way up into the lane. It was a lot easier to perform, but it can still be done. That's the key thing. Queen of Pain, as expected, is going to dominate the lane versus Magnus, but cannot completely shut the mag down. Dai already has the Invis bottle up, can continue to bottle Crow as he needs to. And with this Observer in the top lane, actually finding someone to Sunstrike is going to be difficult. So they really need to deward this. Unfortunately, I don't think they know the ward is there. They're going to deploy a new ward behind the tower. This one could be quickly dewarded if Wapsko was paying attention. Looks like he wasn't. Or at least not doing it just yet. Throwing out some Shadow Poison. Yep, there you go. Did spot that Observer being placed, so nice deward by him. And unfortunately, they're just not able to maintain the vision. The vision is crucial in this lane. Sure, you have Invoker, and Sunstrike can come from everywhere, but they need that setup telekinesis lift into the Split Earth. And with this Observer here, I mean, look at what the Dire can see. They can see pretty much all of the Radiant movements through the jungle. There's no way to surprise them at all. No. The other option is basically just to start with the open wounds and try and go someone. The only issue with doing that is that it means you have to dive the tower farther. There's more time for a hero like the Magnus to come in and surprise you. That's why normally when teams go for the kills here, they go for it in the jungle, because the travel distance for the mag to actually reinforce VTPs in is quite a bit longer. Mid lane crit getting aggressive, throws out the Shadow Strike, a little bit of harassment, not going to commit. Goes for the haster now, top lane, the action breaks out. Oh, just cuts the tail end of the first bloods. As the Rubik is the one who goes down. Cinderin did not throw out a Sunstrike there, it looks like, or no, didn't, because Invoke isn't on cooldown. The additional Split Earth will hit though. Watchka will fall. A hasted Queen of Pain comes in, cleans up, so in the end it's a 3-for-1 trade. But the first blood does go the other way, and unfortunately Cinderin had Cold Snap up, now forced to Ghost Walk, taking a lot of harassment, and this is what I was talking about this matchup. It is a tough matchup for the Invoker, but Cinder, because he's on the safe lane, having a slightly better time of it, playing the matchup well as well, has only gone for 1 point in Exhort, so actually not really going for the Sunstrike build. A little unusual to see this, considering the way they chose to lane and the ability their team has to get kills, but looks like they're going to be content to go for a mid-game timing, and Invoker can be a little more aggressive in the mid-game when you go Class Wex. He's obviously more mobile, more difficult to kill. Here comes the smoke gank. They're going to wrap around, and this is the beauty of the lifesteal offlane. There's just nothing the Dire can do to kill him off this early on until the PL gets quite a bit bigger. Rubik should lead with the lift, but unfortunately, it looks like the MI may have been called. Dive's going to walk back in. Does not have mana for a skewer. They may be able to just tower dive him here. Are they going to go? High X coming. High X coming. He's going to get the lift. Starts with the lift. The splitter should follow. Beautifully placed. Queen of Pain ult thrown in as well. Secure the quick and easy kill. Mag doesn't have RP yet, and that's an important time to kill him off. Delaying that RP. Delaying his ability to bail out that lane. Meanwhile, Cinder on the bottom lane with the phase boots up. Actually starting to really gain the advantage here. Throws the tornado out. Looking for a solo kill. He'll find it. Beautiful play by Cinder. And so in the end, they get the 3 kills top, they get a kill mid, and now they get a solo kill bottom. So all 3 lanes being won by 3D Max, and we can see it reflecting the gold grab, plus an additional courier kill that we saw earlier. That courier is now upgraded. But we're looking at over a 3k gold lead, over a 2k experience lead, and we are only 6 minutes in. This is what you call a good old-fashioned thrashing.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The Dire had some good vision top, but in the end they just got caught a little out of position, posted up in the lane, I suppose. If they sit back and they just protect the Phantom Lancer, it should be very hard for 3D Max to find a kill. Finding 1 maybe, but finding 3 does suggest that there was a little bit of positional error there. In order to let that Rubik get the initial lift, or the Lifestealer get the initial open wounds off. There you go with the disruption. Soul Catcher through the trees. Are they actually going to go? This is a dangerous thing to get aggressive, but they have the Bat Rider. He's going to flame break them backwards, prepare for battle, gets open wounds, so he cannot lasso anyone, and now the Sticky Napalm being stacked up, the poisons as well. Hestager Rotten on the run, eats a lance. Queen of Pain throws out a scream, backs on off. Hestager Rotten will fall. Noaya's looking to join the fight, but here comes the mag, skewers in. No RP. There's the RP, but only catches Crit, who may be able to blink away in time. He's up. Nope, no blink for him. Buyback from Leshrac, but to what purpose? Or why is it telling me that he bought back? He appears to be very dead. Okay, I guess that's a visual bug. He did not buy back, guys. So after the fight, they start to pull it back a little bit. I mean, that's just a massive deficit, but if 3D Max had the ward behind the tower, like they placed initially, the one that was D-ward, they definitely would have been fine. There they're going to go to Phantom Lance, so they do have Dust. Let's see if they commit to this. They can pop the Dust now. They don't even need to. The Infest at pretty much max range is enough to get the kill. And now Cinderin left to his own devices. The Bat Rider rotating top, sure they got a couple of kills, but obviously there is a trade-off there. They were forced to bring both of their solos to bear in the top lane, while Cinderin was just calmly farming away bottom. Overall, the rotation was worth it, but there is something of a trade going for the Radiant, and I imagine Cinderin has his wand. His wand as well as his Staff of Wizardry on the way, so getting very, very fat. It's been a while since we've seen a good old-fashioned Invoker. Quas Wex as well, and against Bat Rider. You gotta give Cinderin credit, although I feel a big reason that he's had such a good time was that Stout Shield start, which just doesn't help you too much against Invoker early on, especially on a rage tier like him. But Shakiro gets caught out, will fall. Nice Observer Ward here planted by the Radiant. Looks like he was trying to do a little de-warding, but will pay for it. Or it looks like he's just trying to place this ward, not de-warding at all. And that's dangerous to go off a ward by yourself as the support. Normally, we see both supports go together, or you make sure that you know where the enemy tri-lane is. But this case, they did it, they pay for it.
Methinks you wanted that.
So top lane, the big issue is PL is not farming. Sure, they got some kills top, but PL needs to farm. And unfortunately, in this lane, with the aggressive tri-lane, Lifestealer is so fat at this point. All the supports are. Level 5 on Leshrac. There's your splitter to start it off. They have the Dust. Disruption used defensively, but I don't think it'll matter. They could bring him down. There's your lift. A couple of auto attacks should be enough. Stealth is gonna drop. Another kill going their way. And you gotta feel like this is 3D Max's game already. It's early, but they're up 5k, they're up 4k experience. That is just a massive advantage. Cinderin's gonna have a 4-staff soon. Yep, okay, it looks like he is going for the 4-staff in the end. Thinking maybe he'd go Yule Scepter, but not gonna be the case. Diving onto the Bat Rider bottom, really forcing him back. Another smoke from that top lane. Can they find the Mag again? Mag's gonna head back to his tower. Lifestealer's gonna go farm the jungle most likely. Nope, for the moment, just chilling in the woods. Has a tango. And Mag's heading back to base. Afraid of the MI heroes. This gives Queen of Pain free reign over the woods. It's pretty obvious they're gone at this point, because look at where the wave is, and you don't see either support. So in the end, they're just gonna head mid, maybe look to do a little pushing. Hestager Rotten has gone for the lightning build, but that can still help you push. Just clear out the creeps a little quicker.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
If you're Fota right now, you really want to abuse the fact that you have a Bat and a Mag to force some engagements. Ideally, kill off Cinderin, because he's going to become a real problem. Your team's not going to have Arcane Boots for a long time, so Quaswex Invoker is going to be absolutely devastating. Top lane, Lifestealer's going in solo, trying to find this kill in the Phantom Lancer. Mag's thrown up in the air. The and the Rage is gone. Will they RP for this? Looks like they won't, because the Infest is there. That's going to force Die to retreat. An additional TP from Cinderin, who will have that fairly high level of Quaswex EMP Tornado combo to come out. Leshrac is apparently still buying back for some reason. You're alive, buddy. You don't need to buy back. Die. Getting open wounds as well as Cold Snap will drop. Meanwhile, Leshrac trying to run. Burning down. Will he fall? Indeed he will. The Flame Break enough to bring him down. Now Cinderin diving that tower, but not actually going to commit all the way to it. Queen of Pain has the TP, but just pushing him mid. And this is the power of their lineup. They can split push quite effectively. Bat Rider, though, looking for the last one from the trees. Can he get onto Hayek? There's always going to be that Tornado to worry about as long as it's off cooldown. Cinderin has plenty of mana charges, or wand charges, to be able to get that mana back.
All things fall.
And the Phantom Lancer just not finding any space to farm. If there's a lift here, he'll die. They won't find the lift, but Cinderin could look to go on whoever's under the tower. No, it's the Mag, so they're going to back off. A wise choice. He does still have RP. as well as the lasso. So both of those big ultimates are available for the Mag and the Batrider. And the Queen of Pain just continue to farm to push in mid. They're going to get a tier 1 unopposed, and fota, because they lost the laning stage in pretty much all 3 lanes, are forced to devote 4 heroes or 5 heroes to the 3 or 4 of 3D Max. Crit, already up to 2,300 gold, and early Hex would be devastating this game. Even something like a Lincoln Sphere could be quite nice because there's a lasso to worry about. Really, whatever you want is going to work when you're this far ahead. He's got all the options in the world. BKB, obviously a strong choice. Could even go Aghanim Scepter. Aghanims will be quite effective. There's not going to be a mech, a pipe, any kind of... Even bracers will be hard to come by for fota for a long, long time. Cinder will make his way back to the bottom lane with the 4-staff complete. He can start doing some split pushing of his own. We'll have to see how much he levels up this Wex. The last time I think I saw Invoker played Quas Wex was when Yao played it in G League Season 2, and if I recall correctly, he only got like 4 or 5 points of Wex and then just started going for the 4-4 Quas Exhort, just so you could get the double forward spirits up. The idea being that in Chinese Dota, all your supports are going to get Arcane Boots fairly early on, or at least a good chunk of them, but as supports get pretty high farming priority in Chinese Dota, but in the European scene, when you're losing a trend like this, nobody's going to get anything. There's your disruption. Actually going to dodge the split earth with that, but will it be enough? I'm not sure. The Slicer hits pretty damn hard. Mag thrown back in the air. Shockwave was stolen. There's an infest by the Lifester into a creep. Will get me out of here, he says, but Hestager Rotten on the run, trying to live, dropping low to the Shadow Poison. Not dead just yet. Needs to hit the split earth. Will not do so. Now gonna... Oh! Wanded up. Had the full wand charge. Still will fall to the flame break. The Lifester pops out of a creep, forced to do so. Lassoed wall and rage. Not dropping, but once this rage wears off, he is going to die. Where's that backup? The Shockwave being thrown. RP. Can the Rubik steal it? Steals the RP, but can he actually come back into the fight? He's just going to hang on to it for a rainy day. The 2 solos, though, they're farming mid, they're farming bottom. They're pushing. They're getting a lot of levels. Look at those 2 solos. 10 and 10. A good probably 10, 15% of experience ahead of the Batrider and the Mag, which is quite solid. And the big difference, of course, is going to be the 2 tower advantage that they've secured for their team. The bottom tier 1 fell while that action was happening. The mid tier 1 fell as well. So it looks like we're going to have a quick disconnect here, a quick pause. Again, this is only your first of 6 Starladder matches for today. A lot more action coming your way. The 2 headline matches are going to be No Tidehunter versus Mouse, as well as Navi versus Mouse. I believe those are the 2 matches. Let me double check. Yeah, so No Tidehunter versus Mouse starts at 19 CET, which is starts in about 3 hours or so from now. 2.5, I think, to be exact. So we have two matches before we get to that, and then at 21 CET, which is in about 4.5 hours, it'll be Navi versus Mouse. As long as my voice and my internet hold up, I will cast all of those games. Good to be back and good to have what seems to be a working microphone today, so that's always nice. How's everybody doing? Are you guys enjoying yourselves? I sure hope you are. I'll probably get some coffee after this game. I actually slept for like 18 hours straight after G League, after the debacle that was. I think my body just shut down and said, you know what? You need a rest. So I got my rest. I packed everything up. I moved it all back into the standard location in my in the other room in the house. And, well, it seems the microphone's working. I feel a little more comfortable for now. I have an actual proper desk. That's good. But yeah, hope everybody's enjoying themselves. This is just the beginning of the action for today. So in the end, fota gets the kill on the Lifestealer, but again, whenever they're finding these kills, they're forced to use so much. They used a lasso, they used an RP, and they're not killing off the Invoker or the Queen of Pain. The investment is simply too high, in my opinion, for them to be able to come back. If the Phantom Lancer was getting really good farm, it would be alright. But with the amount of farm he's getting, he's going to have trouble. And the issue is, where is he going to go? With this amount of farm, he can't even lane against the Invoker or the Queen of Pain. In fact, 1 EMP, 1 Tornado. He's down to about 2/3 HP after popping his wand. Or not after popping his wand, but without any wand charges really to speak of. And not having any mana is going to be easily harassed out of lane by Cinder and denied a lot of farm. And Cinder could even pull this lane back if he wants to further limit the PL. That is a bad sign. When your PL is so far behind that he has to go to the off lane against an Invoker who is a 4-step at 14 minutes with no backup. That is fota basically saying, we've gotten absolutely destroyed in this lane. We don't really have a choice. You're going to have to go somewhere else, at least get some levels up. Stay away from the big clashes, because there you're definitely not going to farm. Meanwhile, Noah, sitting on 800 gold or so, has the Helm of Iron Will. Not too far off of his armlet.
Dire's top tower has
And the
fallen.
armlet is going to be really strong this game. Fota don't have any really high armor heroes aside from the Phantom Lancer, who's, well, oh, Cinder, another solo kill on the Phantom Lancer. Found one earlier on the Batrider, picks up another on the PL, and now going for what looks to be an Orchid. So he will make full use of that Sage's Mask, not wasting any gold. And an Orchid this game against Batrider, against Mag, either one tries to jump in with their Blinks or their Skewer, and you just silence them, and then they die. You cold snap them, you silence them, open wounds, you have the damage to bring them down. Speaking of the Queen of Pain, it's going to be going for an Orchid as well, so double Orchid for this team on the loose. And against Fota, no natural BKB carries except a Batrider, maybe a Mag, but these heroes don't build BKB early. They generally need their Blink Daggers first. Nobody can lane against Cinder, and this is the story of the game. Cinder had got that early kill in the Bat. Again, I feel a big part of it was due to that stout shield start by the Batrider. Maybe not expecting the offensive tri-lane, thinking he'd have to go into the jungle. Although you really don't need a stout shield there either. You can just go Boots Tango and actually farm really quickly, but the stout shield on a ranged hero, not that effective in general. Here comes a smoke from Fota. They were going to run to a smoke of I wanted to say IGs, but of 3D maxes. Queen of Pain gets purged. We'll blink away. There's your lift. Lift stuns 3. What a lift. That's going to disrupt any kind of engagement. Bat, no blink. They're actually going for the kills. 200 gold short of that Bat blink. Meanwhile, Lifesteal's working at the tower top. A nice flame break pushes. Has to Rotten back in. Where's that lasso? They'll hit him with the lasso. Again, they're devoting 3, 4 heroes every time, and they do get a kill, but it's only a support. Meanwhile, the Lifestealer farming top. The Queen of Pain can go right back to farming mid, and Cinderid's still harassing the PL and farming bottom. So everything's still looking quite good for 3D Max here. This is sort of what I talked about with their style of draft. Oh, the Orchid's already out in crit. He's got the ult. He's got to unleash it. Once that Soul Burn comes in, it will be enough to get the kill quite easily at that. The Soul Burn gives you a lot of bonus damage. It's great for bursting heroes down. It's not just for the silence, the Orchid. The silence, obviously, the main thing, but the damage, not just from the stats and the attack speed, but and the damage, but also from the amp damage. I mean, it's just, on all counts, such a cost-efficient item, especially in a game like this, where nobody's going to get a Manta early, no one's going to get a BKB early. There's your EMP Tornado. Now the Cold Snap can come. He's dusted up. He can't really run. He's trying to live, but a few more Cold Snaps will be enough. Cinderin needs one more auto attack, force stuffs himself in, gets the kill with the help of the Leshrac, who then throws out a Split Earth, denying the Shadow Demon. Queen of Pain with the double damage, fishing for a kill. Jakiro's got to be careful. If he gets caught, he will fall. Queen of Pain can quickly bring him down, but in the end, they're just going to park the Lifestealer top. Again, employing the split push, one carry always in each lane. Occasionally they'll rotate Cinderin top or something like that. There's your Skewer. RP going to be dodged by a nice defensive force staff from Cinderin. The beauty of having that cost flex build and these early advantages in terms of items. Cinderin throws out a Tornado. Will catch everyone. Really played well today. Actually 3 heroes. I thought it was only 2. Didn't even see the Jakiro on the back lines there. And Crit pushing top. Or pushing mid, and Lifestealer coming bottom now. So they're going to look to go with RP on cooldown. And they could probably find a kill. Armlet and Drums are up. Starting with the Batrider. He can blink away. He will do so. Good reactions on the blink there. Now the Infest from the Lifestealer are going to back on out, but they got the tier 2 mid while this was happening. Queen of Pain going to do some economic damage, stealing Fota's jungle creeps, and then can look to head top. 30 max already. Oh boy. Just pretend you didn't see that, okay? This is actually a dead even game. You are not watching a one-sided affair. This is completely even, guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's about as one-even of graph as I've ever seen, if I don't say so myself.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Lifestealer just continue to apply pressure to that bottom lane, and how can you kill him at this point? You've got to blow your RP and your lasso most likely, or if all 5 heroes and maybe Demonic Purge and lasso will be enough. But realistically, they're very reliant on magical damage at this point, the Dire are. And Rage, of course, one of the best ways to counter it in the game. In fact, the best. Who am I kidding? The best way to counter magic damage in the game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Because you take none, and it lasts for 6 seconds. It lasts longer than a BKB once a BKB gets down to as low as possible charge, and that's pretty filthy. Ultimate Orb now up on the Queen of Pain. We'll probably see the double Hex coming up next. Now that Cinderin has his Orchid as well as his Force Staff, and he's on the hunt. He's got Queen of Pain in the back lines. He's looking for a kill here. If he can find a Tornado EMP combo on, say, someone like the Jakiro. Jakiro will die, but Jakiro lurking in the tree. Cinderin has not spotted him yet, getting juked a little bit, but now he's going top. Queen of Pain with the silence, so die. Force Staff in. Hello, EMP. Goodbye, die. And now has to Rotten will rotate bottom again.
But then,
Batrider wants to man up, but you don't man up against the ghoul this easy. Nuh-uh, mister. Nuh-uh. He'll lasso, but to what end? What can he actually do? The Ice Path will actually catch the Leshrac. Batrider killed while up on a cliff. There's your fist from Nawaya, and 3 heroes dead. Now can go on the Jakiro. Open wounds cooling down in 5 seconds. Probably don't even need it. Just with that drum charge, it'll be enough. Run him down, club him up, brain him into submission, and now they're going to get the last outer tower, aside from the bottom tier 2. They have 5 outer towers, about to be 6. Full map control, massive advantage in pretty much every department, and things just looking fantastic here for 3D Max, with Syndicate standing in. Had that safe lane and made good use of it. Got a solo kill on the Batrider quite early on. And then rotated top, put a little pressure on the PL. The PL still so desperately poor. There's nowhere for him to farm. There's really nothing that fota can do about this. Their 2 big mid-game tempo controllers, Magnus and Bat, are actually quite well countered by 3D Max's lineup because they have double Orchid on their 2 cores, and then the 1 core that doesn't have an Orchid is Lifestealer. And if you ever try to jump in on these heroes, they can just silence you, Force Staff, or blink away, and you can't lasso them, you can't RP them, so you just can't go on any of these core heroes. Sure, you can kill off the Leshrac, we saw that earlier, but that's not going to win you the game. That's not even going to get you back into the game, really. Syndicate finds the Batrider, cold snaps him up, throws out Alacrity on himself. Nice defensive disruption, but it's only going to set up a Split Earth there, and the Tornado. Oh, actually, the Split Earth going to miss because of that Tornado, so slight miscue here in terms of the team communication, but the damage still done. They already got the tier 2 bottom. They now do have all outer towers. They can go Roche soon. Look to end the game. Give the Lifestealer that Aegis. Crit's got his ultimate orb on the Courier. I believe BKB now being purchased for Syndicate. Or at least I assume it's BKB. It could be something like a Sange. Could be an Aghanim Scepter, but normally you start with that point booster. We'll have to see what he goes for. BKB would be a solid, safe choice this game. There's your Tornado. Nice dodge there from Dai, just barely skirting the boundaries of it. Crit heading towards mid. No, just going to continue to pressure top. And Hayek putting the aggressive wards up. You can see aggressive wards in all 3 lanes, basically tightening that noose, ensuring the fota not going to be able to leave the base for free. They'll have to pay if they do. At this point, if you're fota, you have to go for some sort of a smoke gank. You're just going to starve to death otherwise, but the question is, who do you go on? They have the blink of mag. It is a level 2 RP. But can you kill any of these carries? Quidapate has a haste. Syndicate has a Force Staff. We saw what happened when they tried to go on Syndicate bottom earlier. He just Force Staffs away. Now with the blink, you can at least get a quick blink RP, a quick blink lasso, but then you're killing 1 core, and the other 2 are pushing quickly in the other lanes. So you'll have to back off. It's a rock. It's a hard place. You're caught between them. What do you do? You can burn to death, or you can bleed out. Those are your 2 choices right now if you're fota. Yeah. 20k gold lead, 18k experience lead, and we're 22 minutes in. Almost 1k gold lead per minute. That is pretty rough to play against. Remember, both teams are eliminated from contention for the LAN finals, but it's good practice. Playing against all the teams in Starladder, you probably even have a few top-tier teams on your schedule, and if you're not able to, you know, it's one thing to scrim, but official matches are definitely something different. Teams are going to take them a little more seriously. You're less likely to see sort of gimmicky picks or quick GG calls once they decide the game's lost. Teams will fight to the end. You'll see those extra trump cards they may have, EMP, Tornado, and Stells, just to drive them back for the moment. Crit's gonna back off, head towards the Roche. I'm surprised they haven't gone for it yet. They've had full map control to do it for a long time. And realistically, fota can try and smoke gank this, but can they actually kill off? Can they actually catch 3D Max? And if they do, can they kill him off? Probably not. Hyperstone up on the lifesteal. AC will come soon, and that, I assume, and that should be a really nice item to break the base, make it easier to mow down those towers. Syndicate can also apply Alacrity to him. Do they even have any mana boots on their team? They have 1 pair on mag. That's it. So that EMP really hurts. If we look at the mana burn, I believe it's 400 at max level. And what do we have as far as mana pools? 650, 611, slightly more on 650. Only, yeah, slightly more on the mag, 750, and 800 on the PL or so. But that EMP is basically half or more of the mana pool of every single hero. Yeah, it is 400. I still remember a few things, occasionally, as old and decrepit as I am. Crit with the Lincoln Sphere up. This is a great item choice because you can't get lassoed now. You can't get disrupted now. And that means that you can be a little more aggressive. There are ways to remove this, but during that time you can blink away. You can make sure you get that silence off. And they're not going to commit to a 5-man push. They don't want to get 5-man RPs. They'll have A few heroes pushing one lane, a few pushing another. And you can have Lifesteal off on his own, because he's got the Aegis and then now the completed Assault Cuirass. And slowly but surely, they will whittle you down. This is the safest way to try and win the game if you're 3D max. And now Queen of Pain going to go for an MKB.
Dire's bottom tower
And
is
Fota
under
pretty
attack.
much just awaiting the end here. I don't really see their comeback plan. Alacrity on the crit. Wait, there's your blinking headshot center. They may get a kill here, but Lifesteal's pushing mid while this is happening. Then comes crit. They can't even bring him down during the lasso. Boy, he barely even dropped there. And then Lifesteal just says, hey, I'll push mid. I have my armlet. I have my AC. I'm going to maul your tier 3. I'm going to force you to rotate here, and then they're going to go back in top. We're going to rinse. We're going to repeat. Or maybe we're just going to Lifesteal bomb and end this game that way. The world is their oyster. So many options. How do you want to die? Are they going to offer Fota the choice? Mag's lurking. Waiting for that blink RP. Will he find it? Nice spread here from 3D max. Nobody's getting into a position where they can get multiple hero RP. I don't even think he can hit two. Lifesteal's going to charge in Cinder and they get caught. There's a blink from Mag, but he doesn't get the RP off. He got silenced immediately, and that's what I was talking about in the Orchids versus Mag. He blinks in, he gets silenced, he can't RP, and now Split Earth on a few illusions. While this is happening, crit gets Demonic Purge, will be forced to blink away, but Cinder giving chase. They're going to bring down that PL, and now the Rex are theirs. GG should be coming out in just a few moments. 3D max just fully overwhelming. The Aegis wasn't even used there. Killing off, triple for Cinder, killing him off at the fountain. Easy peasy. And a great start for 3D max, taking this 1-0 victory. Nice for them, moving up a little bit in the standings, reclaiming some pride, getting some good practice in. I thought Cinder played well. 1v1 versus Batrider. Not an easy matchup for the new Invoker with that really pitiful base damage. Because the issue is, if you Ghost Walk, you're so slow that you can't really run away. So you don't have that to escape from Batrider going on you with the Napalm as well as Firefly. And on top of that, he can outlast hit you with ease. He's got way more base damage. He's got a strong attack animation, but Cinder had that safe lane advantage and then just played it well. They're going to kill the Jakiro, continuing to farm the lanes. Mag blinks in, tries to RP again, once again gets silenced. Oh, that just hurts. That just hurts, and that's going to hurt as well. Blink forward for the Queen of Pain, one more kill. Finally, the GGs come out. Fota really not their game. You just got to say, it just was not their game today. But that's okay. Good practice for them nonetheless. I'm sure it's a learning experience for them, and well, 3D max. Cinder looked like a pretty suitable stand in this game. I like to see the Invoker occasionally getting his day of the spotlight. I'm sad we don't see more of this hero, one of my personal favorites, but a well-deserved win for 3D max.
Dire's ancient is under attack.
And the one thing I'll credit Fota for is their warding in the top jungle, the lane, was quite good. 3D max never really had great vision, but they just went on heroes directly in the lane, didn't even go for the wraparounds. And Fota just got caught slightly out of position. Guys, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned. Follow Crit Dota, follow Dota Demon, follow Mag _ and follow me, LD Dota, on Twitter. Thank you all for tuning in. More Starladder coming up later today. We'll have No Tidehunter versus Mouse and Navi versus Mouse. But before that, a few lesser known teams. Stay tuned. More Starladder action after this.